lot of moments have stood out to me in terms of like the figures that I've met and got an opportunity to work with, but when it comes down to how they've all kind of been the same, is that I've noticed that everyone's just a person.
Yes, sir. You know the vibes. DJ Drewski inside Studio Square Recordings. We in Queens, New York City. I got a special guest with us. It's my guy. I think you came here to Plenty Records, right?
I did. About a year ago.
About a year ago,
yeah,
Plenty Records.
Yeah, the place has changed a little bit since then.
A lot has changed, both, you know, I'm sure with the music, with you personally, because we were talking. You said, yo, how's the family? I said, but the last time we spoke, I didn't even have a child. Now I have a whole 4-month-old daughter. So in your life, though, since then, do you feel like there's been changes within your career, within your music?
Man, it's funny because we ran into each other 3 times now. This is
the third time.
The first time that I ran into you I was like so new back then.
Right.
Like, I hadn't even like hit the New York music city scene at all. So that was interesting. And the second time, honestly, I was kind of like in a spot where there was some confusion going on in the background with different aspects of what's going on with my organization and everything. Mm-hmm. And now I'm happy enough to have a team that anywhere from Ace here in New York to my management in Atlanta to my team down in Florida too. Everyone's kind of migrating, so it's cool that I've kind of seen you in 3 different stages of my whole thing. You know King Bentley?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
Me and him are working with some pretty cool stuff down in Florida. So we're excited. There's a lot that's changing. You know, we have a very exciting release that we're going to be talking about towards the end of this interview.
Okay.
So yeah, big things are coming, and yeah, we're happy.
And I'm sure we're going to play some new videos, right?
Yep.
We had some videos out.
Yep.
Before we even get into the first video, you know, for me as a DJ and being a part of Hot 97, we just lost what, you know, we would consider a legend, DJ K-Slay, right? And I know there was a time where you were able to share energy with K-Slay. But as an artist and a new artist, can you just speak on like what that feels like as an artist to sit next to someone like K-Slay, and then now today, you know, when we lost him, like what does it mean to you in a sense?
That's crazy, because that was one of my main talking points today was just to say R.I.P. You know, we appreciate everything that's happened. And it was crazy because that one day that I got to work with him and have one of my first radio interviews, he really like, it's not like he sat me down and taught me things, but just by being around him, it really like changed my whole perspective of how to approach an interview, how to approach the whole New York scene.
Right.
Because that was when I was pretty new to everything. So yeah, just the impact that he's had, the whole mainstream culture to down to people that are just starting out. He was able to reach everyone, and I'm extremely grateful to have that opportunity, because not everyone has had that, you know, especially the position I was in at the time. So definitely R.I.P. K-Slay. We love you.
Of course, forever K-Slay. But I think it's important, you know, for even artists that are watching these interviews to understand, like, you never know those type of relationships you build where they might end up, and you have that forever, you know, a part of your memory, a part of your career. Like, yo, I was able to sit down in New York City with someone like K-Slay, with, you know, someone like DJ Drewski, where not too many people get those opportunities. And, you know, as an artist, I'm sure you cherish those moments.
Absolutely.
It means a lot to you.
Yeah. I mean, it's something it's permanent, like you said. You know, I'm lucky that you're still here.
Yeah, no, I'm not going nowhere. By the way, I'm not going nowhere.
There's much to look forward to here, but yeah, it's crazy. You know, the artists that we've been losing, just the figures in fashion, in music and everything. It's definitely. It's something, like you said, to savor, because we're all here right now. That's what we have to live for, you know. So
artists, cherish those relationships you have and those moments you have, even when you feel like you're not in a place you want to be yet. That's still a moment that, you know, will last. Did you have any other moments? You know, we talked about the K-Slay moment, but like that in your career so far, like moments. You have records with like Tory Lanez, right? You have records with unreleased. So I don't know if I was supposed to say it, but like you have features with artists that, you know, people would be like, wow, you know, how do I get that? Was there any other moments that stood out to you?
I mean, a lot of moments have stood out to me in terms of like the figures that I've met and got an opportunity to work with, but when it comes down to how they've all kind of been the same, is that I've noticed that everyone's just a person. When you're watching on the TV as a kid or reading the news or whatever it might be, it's almost like the people that you're looking up to aren't people. But once you're in the room with them, you notice that we all speak the same universal language.
Right.
You know, so that's honestly, that's been one of the biggest things that I've gained perspective-wise from meeting people like K Slay or you,
right.
Big artists, heads of labels, or whatever it may be.
Well, let's jump into some music. You got some videos we're gonna play today?
Yeah.
What do you want to play first?
First one's Make It Wavy.
I'll make it wavy, that's what they want, yeah. Make you go crazy, you know I want you. Just make it wavy, that's what they want, yeah. I'm feeling lazy, that marijuana. You know what I want, yeah. Baby, you know what I want, yeah. You know what I want, yeah. Baby, you know what I want, yeah.
It is. That was Twin Jude, Make It Wavy. Two things I want to point out in that video I found interesting. One, you're actually driving the boat, right?
Yep.
A sailboat. We'll talk about that.
Who else is doing that?
And two, playing the guitar.
Yep.
Now, some videos when people have a guitar in their hand, they're just using it as a prop. Is this an instrument that you actually can play?
Yeah, I started playing piano when I was in like 2nd grade, and by the time that like middle school hit, I pretty much just fell in love with the guitar, and I was listening to, my earliest influences are like Beatles and Nirvana, stuff like that. So yeah, guitars, and it's interesting because right now I'm dropping a lot of hip hop music, but as time goes by, you'll see a transition where the put it this way, the songs that will like really carry me to a point where my career is established long term, those songs I plan to be guitar songs.
Like you actually playing live guitar.
Yeah.
So like in these records, this is not a live guitar.
Oh yeah, there's no guitar in that song. Yeah.
Guitar.
But yeah, this next one that we'll see, you'll see that I'm actually playing guitar in it. So I'm starting to implement that. But I plan to implement the guitar work a lot more in the future. I'm very excited about it because that's who I am.
So my next question is, do you have an actual boat license, or were you driving illegally, Twin Jude?
It's my dad's boat.
So you're driving he's illegally driving on the water. See, that's the rapper part of Twin Jude. You know what I'm saying? That's the gangster part where you're driving illegally, no L's on the water. But you do know how to drive the boat if you have to.
Yeah, I grew up doing that. So that video is very like essential to who I am with it.
Right.
That's how I grew up, you know. So yeah, that's me.
So I'm sure when your dad watched the video, he's like, "Yo, this is the best video ever." Like,
yeah, he was excited.
This one is the best one ever.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the next one when there's a video with the boat. He's gonna be in the next one because he's the real captain.
Shout out to Pops.
Yo, shout out Pops.
That was Make It Wavy. But we have another video to play.
Yep.
What is this one? What are we getting
called
into?
What's Next. That's the name of the song. What's Next. Yeah, and this one's interesting because it was my first video that I shot in Florida. I know that I mentioned how a lot of my team has kind of migrated to South Florida. So this is the most recent one that I've released, and it's definitely a different vibe than that song. Like I said, that one was kind of hip hop, pop, upbeat, and this one you kind of see some of my grunge influences kind of coming out in that song through the hook and through the instrumental as well. But there's still elements of hip hop and rapping on it too.
Let's see it firsthand. Studio Square Recordings, 101 DJ Drewski, Twin Jude. Another video.
What's next? More checks. These days I don't even need to flex. Like what's next? Got more checks. Your girlfriend says she needs more sex. What's next? More checks. These days I don't even need to flex. Like what's next? Got more checks. I don't need nothing but my respect. Every single thing I do they wanna know now. Wish somebody told me this is how it go down. Travel all over their map yet but I'm home now. I guess I'm flexing on my exes at my show, wow. Hey, let's go get some bands. Sound out like a band with my fans. Hope you understand that they're stuck in sand, it's a race. I'ma bring the bass, bump it in your face. Ay, so close I can almost taste. Keep up with the pace and paper chasing. What's next? more checks. These days I don't even need to flex. Like what's next? Got more checks. Your girlfriend says she needs more sex. What's next? More checks. These days I don't even need to flex. Like what's next? Got more checks. I don't need nothing but my respect.
And that was What's Next, Twin Jude. I know you have a bunch of more videos out. I mean, you don't have time to go play every Twin Jude video, but give them your YouTube, how they can tap in and follow.
Yeah, name's Twin Jude. Instagram is Jude the Twin. Got that? Jude the Twin. Anything else, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, whatever it might be, just type in Twin Jude and I'm there. There aren't too many Twin Judes out there, so.
Right.
Yeah.
So Twin Jude, where did that name come from? You have a twin?
No. I get that question a lot, and I get the "Do you have a twin?" question a lot too. My real name's Tom, which means
Thomas.
My real name's actually Tommy. T-O-M-M-Y.
Oh, really?
Like birth certificate.
Not Thomas.
Yeah. But what Thomas means is twin in Hebrew. Also, I'm a big Beatles fan, so the Jude part.
Gotcha.
Hey Jude, you know. Plus, honestly, when it comes down to it, there's like 5 different reasons. I can keep going forever and ever, but my middle name is actually Lennon. Like I'm named after John Lennon. Hey Jude was written for John Lennon's son, so there's just a ton. It just made sense, man.
Twin Jude.
And it sounds catchy, so that's all there is.
So I guess our last question before you get out of here, like the name of the video, is what's next?
What's next?
For you.
What's next? This is what we were gonna get to, right?
Okay, break it down.
Yeah. My next song is dropping in. I'm not gonna give the exact date yet, but it's late June, and it's called Deja Vu, with an artist that you've worked with a lot in the past with 22Gs.
Boom.
So that one's something that we're excited about because it's different.
I was gonna say it's definitely a different type of vibe.
Yeah.
Your energy and his energy and just the music he makes and you make. I'm excited to see, how it comes together. Yeah,
it's a lot different. Like he doesn't really go on too many beats that don't have some type of drill influence, but the way that he fit on this one, he sounds like a pop star.
Is he dissing anyone on your song?
No
dissing. Okay, let's go. We good.
Yeah.
So that's coming. Twin Jude, 22Gs, Studio Square Recordings, DJ Drewski. We appreciate y'all tapping in, watching the interviews. Go run up the videos. Anything else?
Make sure to turn your notifications on when you get to my profile on Instagram because that pre-save link is coming soon.